I think it's almost time. Without further ado, I would like to welcome Dr. Ikwana Ramli from Universitas Syah Kuala, Indonesia, to present your keynote. Please welcome, Doctor.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everybody. I would like to say thank you for the opportunity given to me to be the speaker of this event. It's great to see you all with virtual. Although there are a few different themes that I convey with other speakers. Tamura, Professor Su Yongkong, and Professor Taskia. I see from an environmental point of a few that what we have done and how to maintain a balance between development and ecosystem. Because in I graduated from a civil engineering program in 1991 and studies doctoral in the natural resource and environmental 2013. Okay, I will share screen here. Okay. Okay. I will to try explain the eco-hydrology approach to sustainable water resource management in this conference. I'm a Department of Agriculture Engineering and Department of Environmental Master's Program, and I'm now also a Secretary's Research Center for Environmental and Natural Resource Universitas Syah Kuala. Oke, sebentar. First, let us remember about the condition of Center Aceh government, namely is Banda Aceh. We know the Banda Aceh is the kingdom of Aceh Darussalam at this time and has become to the center of science, religion, culture, and literature and became known as a city carrier of enlightenment within the region of Southeast Asia. And then December 6, 2004, Banda Aceh was devastated, hit by the earthquake and tsunami Almaty with the strength of 8.9 on the Richter scala. And then various countries and organizations from around the world together to help in the rehabilitation and reconstruction of Banda Aceh. And today, the Banda Aceh is a center government education center and cultural center and storefront development progress in Aceh. Okay. This my presentation, that is the table of content, background of eco-hydrology, and then current trend toward eco-hydrology, feature development of eco-hydrology, and conclusion. This is the background of eco-hydrology. We know that increased human population, economic activity, increasing natural disaster, change in land use, but we say anthropogenic imbalance of living cost to the degradation of integration ecosystem. That is can be the overexploitation and degradation of biotic structure, change to process that the ability of the ecosystem to provide the desired resource in reduce. During the COVID pandemic, the need for water will increase. Our soul don't work from home because you will always wash your hand according to the COVID protocol, so that one of effect can be decrease water resource. Therefore, it necessary to development an environmental management approach to in the content of integrated water set management to in the application of hydrological and eco-hydrological component. That is the name eco-hydrology. We know the three global or classic problem with water, and then too much fluid, too little drying, and too dirty pollution. There are problems in the basin, or we can say catchment area, watershed. Here, I think this is the catchment area or river basin or watershed area, which is consists the river, and then land use, and ecosystem, which is ecosystem, coastal ecosystem, forest ecosystem, industrial ecosystem, agricultural ecosystem, and then fishery ecosystem or built up area. That is the event that the catchment the area. And then we can the border two area different. We can see the area E that is seen from the land use angle. I think that is namely area A can the istilah tandus barren area, and then the area B is good land use. And what happened? Is the raining. You can see. We can see. Cloud River is dirty for the area A, and then the clean water in the area B. That is mean, however, what became problem? What became problem if in the other of the river where the two alur atau velocity water to tributary meet, here it appears that the water is still dirty, and then if we take the sample for analyze BOD, COD or TDS, will give result that don't meet the water quality standard. No, this will lead to maybe a wrong conclusion if we look at the effect of land use. And then we want to make the research. The impact need to the impact needs to be minimized. That problem, model and concept are required. What the concept? That is the eco-hydrology, a concept which I am to make a new interdisciplinary background as variable consideration and water resource management. That is the Zalewski and Wagner 2005. And this goal given an engineering solution with decreased environmental impact with application principle and advanced technology in environmental science. That is my that is the published is UNESCO EIP 2014. Okay, number 2. That is current trend toward eco-hydrology regulation. We must the regulation, integration, and harmonization. That is the aim to eco-hydrology. Regulation of hydrology by shaping biota and land use. Regulation of biota by altering hydrology. And then integration at the basin area or the watershed area or catchment area, that is in the name, scale various types of regulation. We must have type regulation act in the synergistic way to improve and stabilize the quality of water resource. And then the harmonization of eco-hydrology measure with necessary hydrological technique solution. For example, dam, sewage treatment plant, and lift or urbanization area. In Indonesia, this concept eco-hydrology has not yet been developed and has been tested in the Bani Reservoir and need to be implemented more broadly. Okay, the hydrology acts as a bridge between hydrology and eco-hydrology and purpose a new unifying principle which originated from natural selection concept. And then the elation 2012, one of the concept also has the potential for application in ensuring a response for the vegetation to slow climate change. And then we can see first principle. First principle, eco-hydrology concept, that is we can see evapotranspiration, runoff, surface runoff, and then the water underground runoff and surface runoff, and then here to retention and infiltration. That is we analyze the quantification of the hydrology cycle from a society, economic, and spatial dynamic temporal perspective. And then the second principle, or we can say the second concept, eco-hydrology, that is describe an analysis of distribution of different type of hydrology and their potential to increase the resilience and absorption capacity of human impact. We can see small ponds, we make small pond and woodland. That is the land use change in the model mulai the concept. The small environment and where is the urbanized area and floodplain, grazing land or agriculture land. That is in Indonesia can say tata ruang ataupun rencana tata ruang sebuah wilayah. And then the third principle, that is now today we want to think about that. The three concept eco-hydrology to ecological engineering is the use of biota to control hydrological. We can see that is here trapping in the plant biomass storage in the environmental pool, in bottom sediment. We can see the sediment in the river valley and backwater, small retention, and then we can see how the biotic ecosystem or biota can condition can the nitrification in anaerobic condition of wetland and safe purification, mineralization of organic matter, reduction of spreading transport rate, and then we can see the phosphate enzyme and zooplankton. Here is the complex, the ecological engineering with the biota. This is the best upon the assumption that sustainable development of water resource is dependent on the ability to restore and maintain evolutionary established process of the water and nutrient circulation and energy flows at the basin scala or area. And then what the framework to get integration of catchment area or watershed area or basin area, that is have the hierarchy of factor biotic and biotic. We must to menjadi sasaran istilahnya, to be target to understanding evaluation established eco-hydrology process is crucial for the proactive approach to the sustainable management of freshwater resource. It assumes that is not enough to simple protect ecosystem, but in the face of increasing global change, such as increasing population and energy consumption, global climate change, it is necessary to increase the carrying capacity of ecosystem and the resistance and resiliency to absorb human induced impact. And then the methodology eco-hydrology use ecosystem properties as a management tool. It is applied by using biota to control hydrological process and land use by the using hydrology to regulate biota. And then we can see for sample benefit ecological service, that is the purification on air and water, mitigation of flood and drought, and then the toxification and the composition of water, generation and renewable of soil and soil fertilizer, translocation and of nutrient pad control, and then biomass production from simple element photosynthesis and the moderation of literature rainfalls and the wave action. We can see I take that is Zaleski 2014. That is the point source pollution. That is a catchment area, catchment scale human impact impressed in phosphorus concentration. And then this is the pollution for urban and industrial, and then the agriculture urban area, I think that is the value, and then natural back terrestrial and for freshwater ecosystem. That is the urban and industrial is need the cost increase to mechanic deterministic approach. And then this is the eco-hydrology, and then the ecosystem biotechnology and weak cost to get. In fact, that is the concept eco-hydrology began with the weakness of traditional approach to water management. And then we can see the water, how to relation the water and the climates. We can see climate given vegetation structure and composition, and then we infiltrate to the function of hydrology. And then the climate, we can see this is the growth, dynamic growth to the tree, and then dynamic growth to this is case. And then what happened if the This is the 3-1-1 to disturbance and plus dynamic growth. I think that is for will give us to the effect ecohydrology investigation, how to use of the water in plant tanks with the climate. I think that is a picture, and the effect from the plant tanks and an intentional impact on the landscape due to disturbance, practical land management and development. And then the not water, and then the plant carbon we can see here. And then here the theory how to the balance of radiasi, and then how to the balance here, right, and then so water balance. That is to the balance are strongly coupled by the flow of latent heat in the heat balance and flow of water vapor of sulfur in water balance. We can see the formula radiation and the hydrology and precipitation. This the right water balance, and the left we can see to balance radiation, and that is heat balance. How plant cover influence catchment process. We can see here. This is the land use or cover, and this is cover like forest, and then this is the crop field. We can see the picture one, water balance of forest. This is, and then we can see PE. Precipitation or evapotranspiration, and then interception, infiltration, and runoff, or in the subsurface flow. We can see here precipitation is same, and then the evapotranspiration like to this condition, and then groundwater is like to groundwater for picture 2, picture this is, and then we like see to water balance component of the cell bell, and then here to the shelter bell, and then this is crop, and then setter bell. We can see he is the different to the groundwater more lebih kecil, small in the groundwater too, and then to condition groundwater 1 to more groundwater 2. That is to illustration. And then we know the precipitation is the equal interception, surface runoff, and equal dijabarkan evapotranspiration, groundwater, and surface runoff. I think that is. Here to different to the pre-urban and the urban. For that precipitation, I think the same 100%, and then to the evaporation and transpiration 40%. Here to the urban, we can see 25%, and then to the surface runoff 10%, and then to the urban area to 14-30%, and groundwater that is more value than is the that groundwater value from urban. Okay, we have the research, the team research, land use cover is the main factor to the occurrence of global change and causes negative impact on the natural environmental. And then the result population, that is the result of population growth and social economy development. This change directly impact to the value of ecosystem service, change in environmental condition like macro climate change and LST leaf surface temperature. We can see that research is how did land use cover change in the Sabang city between this year, and then how did the climate change in the Sabang city with this year to compare that, and then how the surface temperature change in the Sabang city, and then with the classification land use in the Sabang is the cropland, build-up area, water body, and forest. This is the value. That is the land use cover in the Sabang city. This is the Pulau Weh. Pulau Weh is the Ujung Banda Aceh. Here we can see the transformation metric from forests. That is the approximately the 15% to change. Have changed, and then there is the water body, that is the decrease, and then build up area increase and cropland increase. That is the overall correct classification accuracy with the GIS. We can see, we can do that with Citra line set, and then this is the picture. How the situation land use cover in 2000 and then land use cover to 2015. We can see the forest, this is the green, and then the forest in the 2015, like here, that is the increase to the chain. Here hectare, and then we can see the water body ini. I think this is water body. Water body like to ponds, istilahnya apa namanya, anak laut ya, anak laut. This is named the anak laut. I think that, but we can see the water body increase. This is the climate, to the trend climate with use the Minitab. I think that is the published of journal of urban planning and development. In December 2019, we can see the rainfall is the trend linear, and then the humidity and temperature with the quadratic model. I think the wind velocity is quadratic model. And then we use the Richard area. Richard area is one to the area to the water, to save water, and then we can see the variable to get Richard area is the rainfall, slope of topography, land use, and soil type. We do that to the 4 variable, and then we can see the condition of Richard area in the Sabang, in the Pulau Weh, Sabang. That is the good area, the good natural normal, and then we can see the rather critical and critically. We can see like here. This is the picture to distribution land surface temperature. We can see the temperature to compare temperature 2000 and then 2015. That is to increase. We can see the red, the color is red here, only here, and then the orange to 12.6 temperature derajat Celsius, degree Celsius, that is here. And then what happened to 2015, the temperature in the Sabang is very increased. Only here to the standard temperature of 2012 to 2011. This is here, and then is very hot. We can see, sorry, in this the Indonesia region, we can see estimate impact of climate change. We want to know, we want to explain only this is why the extreme weather condition is the kita rasakan ya. Jadi this is the, if the extreme weather condition, we can see the increase in storm intensity, and then the forest fires and droughts and flood and heat waves. I think that is to the impact of climate change. And then we can see satellite photo with anak laut. We can like here anak laut. Here this is the, and then we can to compute the water body is increased 15 hectare. What happened? This is the photo citra 2002, and then 2005, and then this is 2009. Due to earthquake or the water plan, water management. This is the different level water. Water use and the water pathway in Sabang Island. That is the unbalance to here, to infiltration to catchment area here, that is value, and then unidentified the volume lag, and then leakage for 50 liter per second, and then the losses unconstant. And then the water use, domestic here, commercial, public, agriculture, and then this is the cyclus to water use in the Sabang. And then the case in the Pesangan. Pesangan is center Aceh, Provinsi Aceh. That is the highlight Takengon. This is like the Luk Tawar. Here we can see the river, Pesangan River. Here to why we do what we do measure sedimentation to the upstream, and this is downstream. And then for we give the information. This is the research area in Kurung Pesangan, in das watershed Pesangan atau catchment area Pesangan. This is we can see here the upper. This is transition, and then the downstream. Here the Luk Tawar, the Lutawar is the here. We can see that is the red is the mulai kritis, apa istilahnya? Rather critical here, and then ini, and then the critical is only not tidak banyak, only the here into the agak kritis. Okay, and then with the news Citra Lancet X for January 2015, that is the ranization here, and then to the zoom to upstream, we can see the sedimentasi TSS, total sedimentasi here, that to 11.15 unit to gram per meter cubic. That is the sediment solid total in the here for in the das Krup Pesangan water sheet in 2015. And then how to get it? This is the step. This is the step to the determinate sediment soil solid total with the news GIS, because we know the geography information system is one knowledge can unify ecology and hydrology from the storage in the framework to understanding of the ecological environmental with the climate and the land use and the soil science, vegetation and role of human. We can to use the geography information system tool. And then the first two step, open the Snap application, then enter Landsat level 2 image, and then select this file, the file to open, then load RGB windows, and then to the step 2, subset to image in the which there water and land area to the aim what point we want to know, and then the 3, choose bandmates. Click expression in this the tool or software, the Snap, and then enter blue bands 10 blue band, and then the 4, enter reflection. After that, input the algorithm NDVI. NDVI is normalize different water body to one of object to know the water body in the area, and then to input the sediment total solid total algorithm with the this is for formula, and then the seek input. Okay, seek export the view image, and then export color legend as image like this, and then that is the step to determine sediment solid total to reduce GIS, and then we can compare to at the time 2019. We can see that is I get that Citra Lancet X August 2019. This is the dry session, and then we can zoom that. We can see the only a liter value. when you to compare with the 2015. This is the value from the sedimentasi in this area. Okay, and then this is one of the river in the downstream area, Krung Daroy. Like that is in the town Banda Aceh. We can see this is the sedimentation, and then that is will disturb the biota in the water. The ecological we can see sedimentasi for land from land block sunlight. This is to what happens with the eutrophication needs, and then we can see previously we heard a presentation on the three speaker that morning, the wine effect building and people, and then we know that is the cost sedimentation on this occasion will be see how the wine effect plan like here. Wine effect plan directly by the increasing transpiration, by delivering heat to relativity cool leaf, by heat load of isolation leaf, and scattering pollution. That is to wind effect from the plant. Okay. And then we came to the three part. This is to future development of ecohydrology. I read the book Ecohydrology and Phytohydrology. There are five future development to ecohydrology, and the first is ecosystem sensitivity to hydrological change, and then disturbance to water and ecology stress, and then aquatic terrestrial linkage, and then applied hydroecology and modern and paleontology study. This is the future development of ecohydrology. And then we can see here what the human impact on the river ecosystem. This is 5 major category. This is flow regime, habitat structure, water quality, food source, and biotic interaction. This is to minor category. Minor category 5 minor, that is discharge water depth, water velocity, fluid frequency, fluid magnitude drop, and flow variability. To the hydrology, we can see to flow regime and water quality. And then to ecohydrology, habitat structure, food source, and biotic interaction is need to know. This is the industry for the Indonesia want to industry 4.0, and then a collaboration with society 5.0. Then we can see we must to know the information with weather, and then with the velocity of river water, and then how to the pollution can be used to sensor the SIM card and so on. And then the Internet of Things based river flow to monitoring tool, hydrology and ecohydrology, fluid farming, and reaction safety real time to measure for recreational safety along the river. I think that is to the future research. And then we can see ecological theory for sustainable water resource will success if the restoration and maintenance of condition from water process and nutrition, circulation, and energy on watershed scale. And then increase the ability, endurance of the ecosystem to face human impact. And then use natural ecosystem tool to manage water, because the ecosystem or ecohydrology have the tool and hydrology have the tool where how to combine that. And then the conclusion, climate change prediction will, however, add a new highly uncertain component to the challenge of managed water assessment. The field of biology has tool and ecology also has tool, so it is necessary to combine the two tools in planning water resource management for quality and quantity. Sustainable water resource management with ecohydrology is a hydrological discipline that focused on ecohydrological process that occur in the hydrologic cycle and seek to utilize these processes to minimize degradation that occur. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your kind attention. And then, one drop of water is of great value. Together, let us conserve and improve water. And then the Lauser Conservation say, after the last tree is cut down, after the last river runs dry, only will people release that money can be eaten. Okay, thank you. That is my presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Ioana Ramlee. That was a great presentation from your part. It was a complete, I would say, a complete lecture with so much of information and very useful to the present time that we are facing, especially with a lot of challenges when it comes to environmental issues, actually. And again, once again, I would like to open this session for Q&A. If at all there are any specific questions related with the presentation that Dr. Ioana have just completed, I would really appreciate the questions. Any questions? Maybe I can just start with one question. Looking at the present situation whereby the world is facing the pandemic with so much uncertainties, and how this pandemic has really influenced the water conservation thing in your place, Doctor. What is the impact, the direct impact of this pandemic with the current situation when it comes to conservation, water conservation in your place?
Okay, when we wash our hand, we didn't turn off the kran, and then the water to terbuang begitu saja. I think that is much to the sensor kran to use. This is a pandemic. Yeah. To have safety, efficiency, use water.
Exactly. Especially after this, I think everyone must be extra careful with the usage. Not only because of the pandemic. I think pandemic is just a lesson that everyone have to take it seriously. Yeah, that is a good message actually from you when it comes to water conservation. So do we have any other question from this group? With that, I would like to thank once again Ibu Dr. Ioana Ramlee for your great presentation, very informative, and you have just summarized with a good reminder to every one of us.